I do that because it sounds like Morse code. Remember I was saying about Morse code, how I read the atomic consciousness, it comes across like the AC/DC currents as Morse code that I have to decipher. So I've just done some quick research, and it turns out Pfizer is owned by America. It's an American company. So von der Leyen has been working with the Americans when it comes to COVID. They've all been helping America, who have been working on behalf of Israel, because they look, I'm just going to put the link in the description box below. But the interesting thing is, Pfizer had a UK office. There's even called the King's something around. I can't, because like I just skimmed across it, and when I saw what I saw, I was like, holy flip flop Batman, I need to do a MSN Newsflash. This Pfizer company in the UK make the EpiPens. Remember I was talking about the EpiPens and why I won't take them? Because EpiPens have adrenochrome in them, which means Pfizer have been taking children to scare them to death so that they can use the adrenochrome in vaccines and EpiPens. So if you've had, if you've had children going missing, if your children have gone missing, if children have vanished off the face of the earth, just like the kids that went missing off the Balawan for that Venezuela thing, bigger than Epstein. The DP world, shipping of the kids. Oh my God, that's what it is. Oh my God, that's what it is. So the kids they're stealing from Ukraine, the kids they're trafficking through DP World and Evergreen Line and all that, it's to produce adrenochrome and that for Pfizer vaccinations. And it mentions the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Oh my God. They've been killing kids for medication, for pharmaceutical. They've been killing kids for the pharmaceutical industry. They're kidnapping kids and killing kids, because it didn't make any sense with all the millions of kids that go missing every year. What they were doing with them all. They're killing them for the adrenochrome. This isn't just about celebrities looking younger and getting high, like Frazzled Rip and that. This is about them using the blood for vaccines and EpiPens. And that's why Keir Starmer gave DP World and that £1 billion, because all the kids that are going missing in Great Britain, and they're trafficking them through Europe through the guise of war in Ukraine, which is what Vladimir's trying to stop, which is why he was in the dream, because we've been in this together. We've been trying to save the kids together till I got betrayed. But he's still trying to save the kids. He's still trying to protect the people of Ukraine, because he knew what they were really doing. And it seems that putting the puzzle pieces together, Keir Starmer, Boris Johnson, like the Tories, the Labour, for as long as Pfizer has been making EpiPens and vaccines with adrenochrome in it, which directly links von der Leyen and her husband to it as well. They're making money off it, as are Gates and that. So this is what the Queen's been saying. This is everything that the Queen's been trying to get my attention to. And God, from the reading I did this morning to the yesterday morning when my toe got wiggled, she's been pressuring me, Get on it, keep on it, keep on it, don't stop, keep on it, because you're going to uncover something. Holy crap. So all the millions of children that have gone missing, that go missing every year, it's not just so that evil people can do bad things to them, like as pedophiles and that. It's because they're supplying adrenochrome for the pharmaceutical industry. For vaccines and EpiPens, and that this Pfizer article says it's an American company started in America, in Brooklyn, New York, Donald Trump. And that they had a company in the UK and it's called the King's something. So it's all tying in. The Queen just needed me to focus and pay attention to the details, pay attention to the messages and signals I was getting. Which is why in the dream I was down looking over the water. Pay attention. Holy crap, I think it's about to be exposed. So in that message this morning, Atom said this is bigger than Epstein, but it involves Epstein. And it involves Bill Gates and the eugenics program and that dentist chair. Because people are saying it was to pull their teeth out to stop them biting. It wasn't just that as well. It's because they removed their bottom jaw to do DNA testing, which is what they, the cattle mutilations and all that. All the best DNA is gathered from the cheeks and the jaw. And I said that's why I had the dream with Ardern and Trudeau with their jaws missing, because it goes back to Clinton, the dentist chair, genetic testing, eugenics, the murder of the Queen. Like, it's all there. It's all there on my X. Oh my God. So China got the blame for creating COVID. When it was everybody else. Covering up, committing genocide to cover up the fact that they were trafficking children. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. So everybody who got the COVID vaccine was injected with screaming, dying, terrified children chemicals, hormones. Every person who got the vaccine was given the hormones of dying, terrified children. And everybody who takes an EpiPen, the thing that's saving your life is the fact that they sacrificed a child to do it. Oh my God. So this is why the shipping containers, this is why Starmer and that ship the children out, because Great Britain is the corridor between North America and, between the Americas and Europe when it comes to human trafficking. I know this because this is my work. This is what I do. I've been on this for years. I've been on it for years. I've studied it within an inch of its life, because when the Queen jumped in, I had to get all my facts in place, because I thought if anyone ever tries to say I'm crazy or comes after me or anything like that, the evidence doesn't lie. I feel sick. Now I know, now I get it, now I understand. When this gets out, this video, my last couple of lives, I'll put all the links that these need to go viral, because your governments have forced you to inject dying, terrified children into your bloodstream. So for the billions of children that have gone missing over the last 30 odd years, 40 odd years, since I've been trying to force the, making anti-vaxxers and that feel like shit. You've all been injecting yourself with dying children. You've been forcing your kids to have vaccines with dying children chemicals in them. And I always said the Queen came to me when I was locked up because she knew I was the one person that would figure it all out. And she's trying to save her family. And I've been banging the drum and banging the drum and banging the drum, trying to wake the king up. And he keeps walking further and further and further into the vampire's nest. And I said the other day, if he doesn't wake up, it's going to make him look like he was involved in the death of his mother. Because they made sure that they have enough to pin on him that the court of public opinion wouldn't want him or his family ruling over us anymore. That they had to have him in the right circles. And they gave the Queen the Pfizer injection. So they injected our Queen with the chemicals, with the hormones of terrified children, so that they could kill her off. I was not expecting that. I'm like, doo-da-da-da-dee. I was looking up to see if Pfizer was owned by France, trying to see why France was in there in the dream, why I knew that, it was being pulled up by France. And when it said, dun, 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 that Pfizer's an American company, so von der Leyen is working directly with Donald Trump, and he owns vaccines. Von der Leyen and her husband have been working directly with America to force people to be injected with dying, terrified children hormones. So if you've had kids going missing, if your kids vanished off the face of the earth and you haven't been able to find them for decades, I'm sorry to say that your governments and people like Keir Starmer have been handing them over to be turned into Pfizer vaccines and EpiPens with the help of people like Bill Gates. And the Queen said for her it goes back to World War II and eugenics. And Bill Gates is in the World Health Organization, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and that took over the eugenics program from World War II. And he was using Epstein's Island to do those experiments. Oh my God. The evidence, just click on the link and this needs to get out to people. This needs to go viral. Every single man, woman and child in the world needs to know what they've been up to. And if you've been making anti-vaxxers feel like shit, then shame on you, because you've been injecting yourself with dying children and forcing your kids and your employees and your military and your police to inject themselves with the chemicals, with the hormones of dying, terrified children, so that billionaires and millionaires and world leaders could make money off it on the stock market. That's why so many children are going missing every year. It's not just that they're putting them in McDonald's and selling body parts for cannibalism and all that. It's that they drain them of their blood first so that they can make their pharmaceuticals. Thank God I'm allergic to everything on the planet other than antihistamines. I can't even take aspirin or Disprin. If I get an infection, I'm screwed. Because I'm allergic to everything. I'm allergic to every antibiotic, every painkiller. I'm allergic to anti-inflammatories, anti-inflammatory gel. Because my body's so pure. Now my dream blood on his hands. Makes perfect sense. And all those children that Zelensky's been taking. Because Ukraine's the human trafficking capital of the world. So when Starmer fell into the fence with the Ukraine and Russian flag, God, this is huge. I wasn't expecting this to come up. The Queen's relentless. She won't stop. I just want to put it out there. I am not suicidal. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs other than if you do a blood test, you're going to find antihistamines in my system. That's it. I haven't smoked weed in 6 months because I don't have access to it. It's expensive and it's illegal. If I could get it, I'd smoke it though. I'm not going to lie. But just because obviously for the purposes of pain, for my scar pain, because I was called crazy when I blew the whistle on the international paedophile ring that was fighting against me since my blog WordPress days, where the police and the Secret Service and the FBI were protecting Trump and Starmer and all of them. They all came after me because I was getting too close to the truth. And the last 2 days since I got woken up with my toe being wiggled, with my foot being grabbed, that was the Queen and God saying, don't stop. You're nearly there. Don't stop. My dream with the plane crashing coming into land. It's all coming into land. I can't believe I figured it out. I can't believe, because like my whole purpose as an occult physicist was helping the victims who didn't survive get their voices heard so that we could help the victims that do survive. Not realising all those years ago it was going to help me expose what I've just exposed. And now it makes sense why God says he's lining them all up to take them down together. So that when Trump falls, when one falls, they all fall. And remember, Trump was president when COVID hit. I don't know if it was his vaccine that had adrenochrome, but I know one of the vaccines has adrenochrome that they were. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying not to focus, but I'm trying to remember, because if I focus, I'm going to get upset. Because this is what I've been fighting for the children for all these years. My husband, my ex-husband, the father of my children, my friends, my students, my family members, all turned against me to protect everyone on the Epstein list. And now it's even worse than that. Because I've now, by osmosis, protected the pharmaceutical companies that have been kidnapping children, plucking them off the streets, taking them out of orphanages and foster homes and out of troubled homes. There are kids that have been taken into the foster system who have completely vanished off the face of the earth, and now we know why. All the kids that have vanished off the face of the earth for the last however many decades is because they were being fed into the pharmaceutical industry so that people like von der Leyen and her husband and Keir Starmer and Trump and Ardern and all of them could make money off it. The world has been forced to take medication or to take vaccinations and medication that innocent children had to die for. And you have to understand that in order to get adrenochrome, and J.D. Vance owns an adrenochrome company with Peter Thiel from Palantir. It's called Ambrosia. In order to get adrenochrome, they have to terrify kids and keep them alive as long as possible in pain and suffering and terrified. And they do it by peeling their skin off. You know, Tom Hanks was that Bull Wilson mocking the kids that they rip the faces off. That's what Frazzled Rip's all about. It's all there on my ex. I feel sick. This needs to get out. I know I'm heavily shadow banned, but this needs to get out. This needs to go viral. People need to watch. I'll put all the links in the description box. But this is, God, now it all makes sense. Blood on his hands. God saying they're lining them all up to go down together, that when Trump goes, they all fall. Now it makes sense. Now I know why they all end up at The Hague. Now I know why they all end up being rounded up by the military. Now it's all making sense. But this needs to get out. I feel sick. I'll speak to you later. Ka kite anō.